4K fam and new viewers, welcome to the Behind the Screen podcast. I thank you for tuning in. I am your host, 4KD Ray. You guys, I got a good show coming ahead. Y'all already know how we do. If you're new to the videos, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, man, we go up every Thursday for the Behind the Screen podcast, where we have interviews with different YouTubers, Blue-tubers, and I go solo just like this, random topics. We can talk about anything, movies, games, and sports. But here we are, you guys. I don't have many topics to go by tonight, so we just going straight off the rip with anything goes. We do have some breaking news coming in that we will go over throughout the show. But nonetheless, man, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's do a quick little roll call, see who has made it into the stream so far. Looks like we got 4K Crib.
My man.
Welcome to the Behind the Screen podcast, 4K Crib, man. As usual, thank you for joining me tonight. You guys, let me know. You already know what it is, man. Blues, they just passed on Tuesday. We had some brand new pickups coming out this week. We had They Live. We had Prince of Darkness and 2012. I did go ahead and pick up 2012 this week. Really excited to get this one in hand. Maybe not the best movie out there right now. Definitely not the number one choice I would pick to come out on the 4K format, but it's what we got, so I picked it up. Really good deal for me, $7.49, thanks to a $15 Best Buy gift certificate. So it was a no-brainer to go ahead and pick it up, man. And the one thing I definitely love about this one is this nice, thick UK case that they gave us this go round. I actually love this case. I know a lot of people was like, why is it so thick? What is going on? Are these new cases? I definitely hope so. Yes, it's going to take up more space on your shelf, but you won't have all those cracked edges, the cracks on the side right here where you open it up with that little piece that clips. That piece won't be breaking off, and your spine won't be stripped in half once you open it up. So I definitely love these cases. You guys can let me know in the comment section how you feel about them. But that is the one pickup. I chose to go ahead and wait on They Live and Prince of Darkness. I thought it was a little too high price for me to go ahead and pick them up. I haven't seen Prince of Darkness, so I definitely want to check it out at some point. But They Live, I remember seeing that once because, you know, big wrestling fan back in the day. So I already knew Roddy Piper was in it, but I don't remember too much from it. But I heard it's really good to go back and watch it right now with the things that we're going through in the world right now. It really correlates really well in that film to what's going on in everyday life right now. So at some point I'll pick it up, but $27.99 and $24.99, just a little too high for me. But you guys go ahead and let me know in the comment section what you picked up this week. We'll definitely talk about it. Let me know if any of those are worth the money to you. Looks like we got Stanley James in the house as usual.
My man.
Stanley James, welcome to the Behind the Screen podcast. Thanks for having me. Thanks for taking the time to hit the button, man. I know you're a big supporter of the channel, so I can always count on you to come in the clutch. Let's get into it. Let's see what the 4K Crib says. He picked up Queen and Slim 4K for $13.99. I believe you might want to go back and check that, man. I believe it's still $9.99. I don't know if that was the Best Buy price when you picked it up, but I know as of, I think this morning or yesterday, I still saw it for $9.99. So you should definitely look into getting a price match if you did it through Best Buy or something like that. Because I know it's been $9.99 for quite some time between that film. What else? Baywatch, Hunger Games, Mockingjay Part 1. All those have been $9.99 for quite some time. I believe they are still $9.99. Just go ahead and, you know, check the price for yourself. Don't take my word on it. So definitely, if you ain't got that price, heck, go ahead and check it out. Stanley James says, hey, everyone. Also says he picked up Royal Rumble 2020 and finally got a PS5 from GameStop. Oh, man. The excitement on that one. Quite sure you're glad you finally got one of those, man. I see, I think it was a couple of outlets had them for sale today. I still seen some people saying they struck out on Best Buy. 4K Crib says, what? I'm going to go return it. Hey, where'd you get it from, 4K Crib? Like I said, if you got it from Best Buy, man, just go ahead and go online and chat with them. They'll ask you for the SKU number and your order number and where you got the price from, and they'll just go ahead and refund you back the money. It's usually in your bank account about 24 to 36 hours, if that. Usually takes about 15 minutes online chat. I haven't called. I've always done it online, but definitely go back and check. Get your little $4 or $5 back, man. Says you can do it online. Yes, sir. You certainly can. Looks like we got Jeff the Assassin making his way to the behind the screen pod. Welcome. Make sure you guys hit that like button as you come in. Jeff says, did you know that the Snyder Cut of Justice League is 4 hours long? Yes, and I'm very worried about that. That is a little topic I did want to touch on, so I guess we can touch on it right now. I'm not too sure about this Justice League, man. The initial outing of it was not very good for, of course, obvious reasons. The changes in director producer, things like that was going on. WB just does not seem to understand where they want to go with this DC universe. So we're getting a lot of it's all over the place right now. Don't know what to say about it, but Justice League being 4 hours, I can't say that I'm really excited for that. Even the Batman vs Superman extended cut where they, piece together some extra stuff to try to make it more of a fluid movie. It was a little bit better. I'm not going to say it was outstandingly better. Even though I love Batman vs Superman, I thought it was a decent film. To me, it really didn't just really tie it all together to where I was like, okay, now this is a masterpiece or something like that. But it was good to get that cut nonetheless. And it'll be good to get this one. But I don't know if it's too ambiguous with what Zack Snyder's doing and how it's going to come together. I hope it comes together really well, but my hopes are not up for it. I don't know how this is going to go, but at least we're getting it on HBO Max. We don't have to pay any extra money to watch it. Just get your subscription, and there it is, the day of release, which I'm thinking it'll probably be about the 2nd or maybe 3rd week of March, more than likely. We got Marco Vasquez. He says, yo, you hear about Dawn of the Dead 4K upcoming release? Yes, sir. That's definitely a classic that everybody should get their hands on. Give it a watch. If you haven't seen it before, would I say it's a day one pickup if you haven't seen it? Maybe not, unless you really just feel like you have to buy something. But it is one of those classics. I would say definitely get it on your shelf at some point. You don't really want to go without it. It's one of those movies, old movies made on film, so it's going to turn out relatively good. Besides the setting, a lot of blacks, grays, things like that with that darker atmosphere. But I'll more than likely get it day one because, like I said, it's a classic. It's one of the first movies that I ended up getting that got me into collecting. So it's definitely going on my shelf. 4K Chris says the little things, my man Denzel. Yes, sir. Can't wait for that movie to come out. I believe that is next Friday or Saturday. Coming up on Hulu. No, I mean, where's it coming? I forget just that quick. Is it HBO Max? I believe it's HBO Max. I don't know, but I'm definitely waiting on it. I'm going to watch it. But I do believe it's HBO Max. Let's see what else we got. Like I said, we got some news coming out this week. Just came out, I believe it was today. We do have the Kong versus Godzilla trailer will be releasing on Sunday. Cannot wait to see what it's gonna be looking like. King of Monsters, not that good of a film. Kong Skull Island, really good. Godzilla was really good. So we're gonna see some of the returning cast members are coming back from King of Monsters, and then we got some other cast members coming in for this one. If you guys take a look at that poster that they released, it says it's supposed to show you kind of like give you clues of what the ending is like, that at least one of the monsters will fall in this film. It shows Godzilla leaving through the water on his way out of the city, and then it shows Kong in the background in the city with it kind of on fire over in the corner. Not much to go by there. It sucks if maybe they're just throwing that in there to throw us off that, someone's gonna one of the monsters is gonna fall off, give up, or whatever's gonna happen in this film. I don't know how they should play it out, whether one should win over the other, or do they just, stop fighting, just go their own way, back to their own territory and be the ruler of that. I don't know how it's gonna go. I just hope we get a really, really good film after what we got with King of Monsters was not very good, in my opinion. And it actually, I ain't gonna say it didn't do good. I believe it made like $390 million box office, which was down from what Kong and Godzilla both made. But hopefully we will end up with a really good film. So I can't wait for that trailer to come on Sunday. Hopefully they bring it on before football comes on. Hopefully it's like an earlier release between that 12 and 3 window, not while football's on, because more likely at that point I won't see it, because those are some really good games coming up. 4K Crib says, when will Regal cinemas open up? There's still been no word on anything like that. As you guys know, this thing's just not going away to the point that they're feeling like cinemas can open back up. And we will get into the news about all that good stuff in just a minute. Hold your horses. Stanley James says, you see the new trailer for the Resident Evil game? Yes, I also want to touch on that as well, because there did have a demo that came out, and it looks like it's available right now, but it also has crashed the PlayStation interface that people are having troubles with downloading it and things like that. That was about 2 hours ago I saw that report, so I'm not sure if they fixed that by now, but you definitely can go ahead and get that downloaded to your system. Give it a try. I haven't been a fan of Resident Evil in quite some time. So, but seeing that trailer for this one, what is it called? The Villages or something like that. I just don't know. It looked pretty eerie, pretty creepy, a nice horror game. Will it have that common Resident Evil effect to where it's just dark, very quiet, opening doors, getting scared and things like that? We'll see once the reviews come out, once these people that's playing the demo start giving their reviews on YouTube and things like that. We'll see what it has to offer, man. But it's pretty exciting to, get some games rolling out. Ain't no movies coming out, so it's always good to get that going. More news that you might care about. No Time to Die release has been pushed back to October due to this pandemic still ongoing, that once again these movies are getting pushed further back into 2021. So that is not very good news with big blockbusters like this. I know there's a lot of people that really love James Bond and the Bond collection of films that was really looking forward to this one, but safety over entertainment, I understand it, but a lot of people do want to see some of these movies in theaters, or at least at some point they're going to have to decide whether they want to release them on streaming services. It's very hard to say which route they should go. Of course, I would love to see these films, would love to really see them in theaters on the big screen. But if we can't do that, at some point, they're going to have to really release some of these things on the smaller screen. It's getting to the point now, our home theater is just as good as the movie theater. You're just not going outside of your house and, seeing other people out and about and things like that. But that one has been released and pushed back. And we also got another one. Looks like Fast and the Furious 9 is possibly getting pushed back again. It's not been set in stone. It's getting pushed back, but looking at other titles getting pushed back 2021, looks like this one is going to have the same fate again, as of course this one was supposed to come out May of last year, and then it was slated for April of this year. Then they pushed it back to May 29th. Now it looks like it's going to get pushed back even further, probably to that also October, or maybe I'd say between August and October time. So once again, it's more and more movies getting pushed back. But like I said, we can understand the severity of the issue and why they're going ahead and doing that. They really want these theaters to be full and try to make every dollar they can off of them. It's no point of bringing these big blockbuster movies that took so much money to make and bring them out into limited seating theaters to where they can only get 20 to 30 people in a theater at a time. So I kind of understand it at this point. Let's get back into the comments section. Latula Moore says, did you check out WandaVision? If so, what were your thoughts? Really enjoyed WandaVision for what it was. I had my doubts going in with the 50s, 60s sitcom look, but it turned out to be really good. I think her and Vision, they really mesh well in this in that environment. They play off together really well. I love their characters. Storyline, I'm not quite understanding. I haven't took the time to really sit there and digest it, check out all the Easter eggs, and figure out where it's heading into the next phase of films. But overall, I thought it was pretty good. Will I go back? Am I going to be in a rush tomorrow to go ahead and watch the next few episodes? Not too sure. I kind of want to wait till there's more episodes and I can just binge it at that point, because I'm waiting on some action. I don't foresee this show having too much action until probably around the last couple of episodes, which it is a 10 episodes for this season. Not sure if it's slated to have another season, a season 2 or anything like that, because I believe it's just here to kind of set up for the next round of movies that's coming out. We got Marco Vasquez who says, will you see Mortal Kombat 2021? If yes, will you see it streaming or wait until a 4K physical release? I'd rather watch it streaming. A lot cheaper to go ahead and do it that route than blind buy a movie that I don't believe is going to turn out to be very good. I could be wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong. Marco says, Bear says, will you be getting They Live on 4K? Yeah, just touched on that a little while ago, a few minutes ago, probably before you came in, but at some point I'll pick it up. I don't think it's worth the $27.99 right now for me. You can let me know in the comment section if you picked it up, what your thoughts were. I've seen it once, don't remember too much from it because it is a much older film. I believe it came out 88. I was only like 6 years old at the time. So if I watched it, it was probably around 90 because it had Roddy Piper in it. And I just wanted to see it because it was a wrestler at the time. So I didn't understand the concept behind it. But at some point, I will revisit it. Stanley James says, hey, Bears 2248. 4K Crib says, you remember the slogan you used to use? What was it like? If you ain't, it was like this, if you ain't saving a dime. Oh, yeah, it was Slim 9. If you ain't saying the dime, you ain't saying it right. That was before I changed the name. The reason I changed the name, it was the old Slim 9 dime thing. I had that name for a long time. It's still my Xbox gamer tag and all that, but I wanted my name to reflect the channel. So I had to change it. It was a play. As you guys can see, 4K D-Ray. It's my name, D-Ray. And it's also kind of like a play on Blu-ray. So 4K Blu-ray, 4K D-Ray. So that's why I changed it. I just wanted it to be synonymous with what my channel is all about. Says Ana de Armas broke up with Ben Affleck. All right. When's Monster Hunter movie going to be available for purchase? I believe it's the first week of March. You guys can check Blu-ray.com to be sure on that. It just came out yesterday, but I believe it's like March 3rd or something like that. Hopefully number 10 is the last Fast and Furious movie. Yeah, it actually probably should have been the last. Well before that, I would say. I'd probably say maybe 6 or 7 should actually. The last one should have been when Paul Walker passed because that's who the movie was really based upon. He was the main guy along with Vin Diesel. So probably should have been rested right then and there. Once he passed, they should have just gave him the great send-off that they gave him and just left it at that. Did their own little spin-off, maybe the Hobbs and Shaw or something a little bit different, and just left the Fast and Furious alone. But it's Hollywood. They got to make the money. So why not continue to make the money? At this point, I don't really care for the franchise. It's cool. It's a nice little popcorn flick to watch, but there's specific ones that I think were some of the best ones. But at this point, I believe they could stop it, and I would pretty much care it all. And Hobbs and Shaw was actually terrible. I did not like that movie. I'm not gonna say I'm the biggest Jason Statham fan. The Rock is pretty cool. Like The Rock, Jason Statham. All his stuff seems to be the same. I put him, Liam Neeson in that same category. Like every movie they star in, they seem like the same character, same type of movie. You can already figure out what the movie's going to be like with Jason Statham. It's going to be that really fast style, running around, parkour, fast fighting, him with his quick little lines. Liam Neeson's going to be that same little Taken style, very slow dialogue, methodical, trying to figure out, where to go, who to kill, things like that. So it's the same thing with both of them with their movies. So it's cool, but I ain't the biggest fans of either one of them. But I'll watch their movies because it's good popcorn flicks. Stanley James says I don't like Fast and Furious 8. Yeah, it's gotten way too overboard. A lot of those scenes are it's too much. When you got a plane going down this long behind runway and just all this other stuff going on, like, nah, you can miss me with all that. Tullamore says, I'm the only one in this live chat who watches Attack on Titan because final season is really good. I actually did like Attack on Titan. I just haven't watched it past season 1. At some point, I would like to go ahead and watch it. I am a big anime fan. The last one I started watching on Netflix. What's it called? Baki. I watched that. That's pretty good. I really like that. I still have not watched that Mortal Kombat Scorpion's Revenge. Everybody said that's really good. I need to watch that at some point. All American season 3 is fire. Have not watched All American. That's another one of them shows I said at some point I'll give it a chance and see what it's all about. because I don't even know the premise behind it. Is it about football? Is it just a drama of what the characters are going through during football season? You can let me know a little bit more, get me amped up to make me watch the seasons, because I don't know. I ain't heard enough people say, yeah, it's really, really good enough to make me be like, all right, time for me to binge watch this. Let me stop playing around. Right now, I've been binge watching Narcos, The Rookie, and we started LA's Finest, which isn't pretty bad. I think it's gotten canceled, but it's not that bad. Of course, if you guys don't know, it's Jessica Biel and can't get her name out, but it's a spinoff of Bad Boys. First episode of season 1. A little too much Bad Boys going on. They're trying to recreate that whole Bad Boys, but with females and doing the lead parts, and it doesn't play off very well first episode, but once you get into like episodes at least 2 and 3, it starts to get a lot better. So it's a decent watch, but like I said, I believe it's already canceled. I think it has 2 seasons, if I stand corrected. I'm not too sure. I have to go back and see, because I'm only on like episode 4 or 5 right now. So 4K Crib says, which Narcos? The first Narcos on Netflix. I'm on season 3, and then I'll be going to Narcos Mexico after that. He says, I like Narcos Mexico. Yeah, at some point I'll get into it. I actually slowed down on watching Narcos after season 2 once Pablo was gone, because I felt like that's what the whole show was kind of about. And now it's more about the DEA agents and the Cali cartel. So I'm not as much involved in that story. So I was more, wanting to see what happened with Pablo, trying to find out, things that I didn't know. And that's what had me in tune with Narcos with the first 2 seasons. But now that he's gone with season 3, it's kind of like, do I want to continue watching this? But everybody says, people that I know that got me on it say, yeah, continue to watch it. It's really, really good still. And a lot going on with season 3. So I'll continue it probably Saturday, because football doesn't come on until Sunday. So nothing going on Saturday unless some pretty decent basketball games end up coming on. Tulip Moore says, I need to watch the Boys on Amazon Prime. Everyone tells me it's good. LA's Finest, Gabrielle Union, Jessica Alba. Yeah, Jessica Alba. I think I said Jessica Biel by mistake. Yeah, man, The Boys, really, really good seasons, really good show, man. I can't wait till the next season. Supposedly it's going to get a little bit more rated R, NC-17, a little bit raunchier with what's his name? I forget his name. I'm not gonna put it out there, but yes, you definitely, if you have not watched The Boys, definitely do yourself a favor and go and watch that show, man. I think you'll absolutely love it if you're into superheroes. I mean, if you just look at the trailers, it looks a little bit cheesy, comes off a little cheesy, a little generic, a little bit bad CGI. But once you really start watching it and give it a chance, I don't know if you've read any of the comic books or the graphic novels in the past, but it is really, really good, man. I'm glad we got something like that. I know a lot of people are kind of tired of this whole superhero thing, but that is a really, really good show. Probably one of the best superhero shows out right now. I know new season of Batwoman came out. Have not checked it out. I haven't watched any of the CW shows in quite some time. Gotham's over with, so really nothing on the superhero front outside of Disney Plus to watch. So we get The Boys in. That's pretty good, I believe. The season will probably come out late this year. Hopefully, fingers crossed on that one. I'm not sure how production's going with it, but hopefully we'll get that season 3, and hopefully we will get season 4 of Stranger Things sometime this year. Come on, Netflix, we're waiting. Narcos Mexico is better if you watch in the original language, Spanish. I watched it in Spanish. Yeah, I don't know Spanish, so I'll be reading subtitles, so I might as well put it in English. But yeah, it probably would sound better. But I doubt I do that, because then I have to just sit there and keep reading. At least with Narcos, original parts of the show was each episode was in Spanish, and you could read the subtitles, but then there was English as well, so you ain't got to read subtitles the whole way through, which I'll read the subtitles, but if I ain't got to, then I might as well just keep it in English. Bear says, do you have HBO Max? Have not used my subscriptions yet. I have some of those little, 2-week free trial certificates to use up. Have not used them yet, because I haven't been in a rush to try to watch Wonder Woman 84. And I'll use them when Justice League comes out. 4-hour movie. Woohoo! Can't wait. Mid-level Ken is in the building. Man, welcome to the Behind the Screen podcast.
My man.
It's good to have you guys. If you haven't watched my last Behind the Screen podcast with the interview with Mid-level Ken, man, definitely go back and watch that. That was a really, really good interview. I'm glad he got on the up here and did that with me, being my first interview of 2021, with more to come later in the stream. I'll let you guys know who I got up next, coming next Thursday for an interview. Very glad to have him on the platform as well. So we're going to keep this rolling throughout 2021, man. I'm going to try to do it at least every other week to where I'm doing an interview with somebody. You'll get a week of just me, just like this. And then the next week, you'll get a nice little feature with someone else. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. So if you haven't subbed up to him, definitely go and sub up to him as well. His channel, he's always putting out content at least every other day. He has something new coming on his channel. So he does the hauls, reviews, unboxings. He does it all lives on Instagram, lives on YouTube. So definitely go give him a follow. Stanley James says, hi, Grizz, hi, mid-level. 4K Crib, have you watched Netflix Outer Banks? Nope, have not watched it. I believe that takes place right here where I live at, or at least pretty close to where I live. Wonder Woman 84 was trash. Yep, I've been hearing that from everybody. I've heard a few people say it was a decent watch, probably not as good as the first, which doesn't sit well with me because I did not like the first at all. It's just something that, might put and give it a spin every now and then, but definitely not on my radar to ever watch again. So I am not really looking forward to it. Mid-level Media says, thanks for the shout out. Anytime, anytime. And you guys, if anybody wants to come into the stream, I am going to put the link in the description. You do not have to show your face if you do not want to. I know everybody's not keen to being on camera and things like that, but if you'd like to hit the link and come on and talk about anything, the link is open. We'll be up for just a little while longer. Mid-level Media says he really enjoyed doing the interview. Great questions. Yeah, man. I just try to, my whole thing is just letting the audience get to know you. Try to find out what we have in common, where you want to go with your channel and things like that. Maybe at some point somebody will interview me, even though I've told my story quite a few times, but I wouldn't mind going on somebody's platform and, getting interviewed, letting everybody know, how it all started with myself as well. Have you got a chance to watch 2012 on 4K yet? No, sir. Still have not watched it. Got it sitting right here. I've wanted to. I was going to watch it earlier today or yesterday, but ended up still not getting a chance to really sit down and play it. Maybe I'll play it after this. I got the feeling it's going to be something that I'm going to put in, be interested in the first few minutes, and then just end up on my phone. So I don't know, but $750, I couldn't pass it up. You know what I'm saying? But I think did I show you guys that my other pickup was Hustlers? Ended up getting this $10.99. I think it's still that same price on Best Buy or Amazon. So definitely I picked it up mainly because the picture quality is supposed to be really, really good. Some people say the movie was actually pretty decent. So at some point I'll watch this as well. But this was a nice little pickup. And for $10.99, I was really glad I still got the slipcase for it. So kudos to Best Buy for getting me a slipcase on a cheaper movie. So those have been my two pickups as of late. Mid-level says I watched it in this morning, and boy, is it long. Wow. I don't remember it being that long. Maybe it's been a while since of course, it's been a while since I watched it, but almost 3 hours long. I really don't remember it being that long. I wouldn't say Wonder Woman 84 was trash, but it was definitely meh. Yeah, sounds like trash to me. Nah, it's probably not complete utter trash. Probably not something that, you just wouldn't buy. I'm quite sure most people that still didn't like it, once that 4K Blu-ray comes out, they're still going to run out to pick it up day one, which I'm quite sure I will as well, because why not? But I'm not even sure what's coming out next week, you guys. Maybe we can indulge in that real quick. Like I said, I'm not really too happy with the 4K lineup that is coming up anytime soon this year. We got Elysium coming out, I believe, in about 2 weeks. Looks like we are getting Batman Soul of the Dragon next Tuesday, Lupin 3, The Castle of Caligistro 4K. Yeah. Sounds like a bunch of nothing. So nothing to really look forward to next week. Hustlers is all right. It's a stripper movie, 7 out of 10. So it's got that thunder, that eye candy. Anything good, I can't wait to see. I wasn't a big fan of it. Mid-level said, did you hear Bond just got delayed? Yes, I touched on that. We talked about that a little bit earlier in the stream. Looks like it's got pushed back to all the way to October. I know somebody over at the channel on Levels of Geeks probably not very happy about that because he loves him some James Bond. So I'm pretty sure he's probably talking about it right now with somebody, or if he's on a live stream with someone as well, because he's a really big James Bond fan. So no, he's not too happy about it. But I'm waiting on some other movies. Of course, we touched on Fast and the Furious is rumored to get pushed back as well, probably around that same time. Quite sure some other stuff will as well. We also just saw some screenshots from, we got a new poster and screenshot from Halloween Kills yesterday. Looked really, really good. Has me in suspense of what's going on. How is Michael Myers standing on that porch with the house on fire? What is it? What's going on? They got to show me some trailers at some point. I'm excited again. 4K Chris says Candyman, definitely waiting on that one. I think the main ones that I'm really waiting on is Halloween Kills, A Quiet Place 2, and we got screenshots of Spiral. So can't wait for that one. Definitely intrigued by Spiral. Yeah, we talked about that often. 4K Chris says, I hope Halloween Kills doesn't get delayed. Oh, you best believe it will be delayed unless things are looking good come around about June, July. If things aren't looking good around that time, I'm quite sure they are not planning on putting out movies in October. You're going to have to make choices real soon. Looks like 2021 is going to be a repeat of 2020. Yeah, it's looking that way. Looks like we got Tri-Borough Gigolo in the house. Welcome to the Behind the Screen podcast, Tri-Borough, man. Make sure you hit that like button as you come in. We got standing room only, no seating. Tri-Borough Gigolo says, what's up, mid-level media? Stanley James shouting out Tri-Borough. You guys also, I've interviewed Tri-Borough. If you haven't seen that interview, go back and watch it. It was a little more impromptu. He just popped up in the stream because the link was in the description, just like it is right now. So if anybody wants to hit the link, definitely hit that link. But had a nice little interview with him as well. You can check out his channel. He does podcasts. He's really mainly into music. I know he said he's pretty soon going to get back into picking up movies every Tuesday or whenever. You know, he wants to get back in heavily collecting movies again. So we'll see where he goes with that on his channel. 4K Chris says thoughts on Tenet. Really good movie. Probably not top of the list with what Christopher Nolan has, offered us in the past with Inception, Interstellar. I absolutely love those two. I have watched them so many times. Tenet was really, really good. Like I've said before, the audio was messed up on my disc. I know 4K Crib, when I messaged you about it, you said yours was not really that bad, but for mine, I don't know. Maybe it's something about certain discs, but the audio level was really, really bad. Explosions and things like that was really loud. Dialogue was very low to where I had to keep cranking it up, turn it down, crank it up, turn it down. So my experience with the movie was not very good. Picture quality, absolutely amazing. Loved it. 10 out of 10 as usual, Christopher Nolan. But the movie itself, nowhere close to what he's done before with, like I said, with Inception. I had no choice but to go ahead and watch that over and over again to make myself understand it, because the movie was so good. With this one, I haven't went back to watch it yet. Not saying it's a bad movie, but it just didn't give me that inclination and feel to just, I gotta go back and watch it again. I will at some point. Looking forward to it, but with that audio problem, I don't feel like going back and forth, volume up, volume down. So I haven't went back to go check it out again, but I will at some point. It was a really good film. Definitely pick it up. Mid-level media said I had no issue with the audio and I got beat up in my review for it, but I understood all the dialogue, just didn't get the story. Yeah, I don't know what it was, man. Maybe it was just me. Maybe I definitely need to watch it again to see if it was, but it was one of the first things I noticed about the movie. I was like, especially with the opening opera scene, it was so loud at the beginning, but then when they was talking, I had to be like, what did they just say? So maybe it was just certain parts of the movie for me. Maybe it's time to upgrade the audio. I don't know. What are your thoughts on the new Kong versus Godzilla poster and trailer release on Sunday? Talked about this a little bit earlier. We'll talk about it again real quick. It was a really intriguing poster. Didn't give us a lot. I know they said one monster will fall. Don't know how to play out, but in the poster itself, it looks like Godzilla is swimming away from the city in the water. Kong is in the background in the city with it looking like it's on fire on one half of the city. So I don't know if somebody in the fight is just giving up. Have they mutually just stopped fighting and said, you know what, we're going to return to our land and protect it from here on out. We're not going to fight each other. Maybe that's what happens. I don't know, but it doesn't look like either one of the monsters are dying because it looks like he's just swimming off away from the city, like I said. So I don't know what to expect. Really excited. Like I said, King of Monsters was not very good. I probably need to watch it one more time before this one comes out, but I was not that impressed by it. Kong Skull Island, really enjoyed it. Godzilla, I enjoyed it. So we'll see where it goes, man. I'm excited for the trailer on Sunday. It's good to start getting some trailers back out there, giving us something to talk about, something to wait on, other than Disney Plus movies and these Netflix movies and shows where they're bringing something out every week of the year. That's exciting, but, everything ain't going to be that good. So we just want these movies that we've been waiting on for so long to finally come out. So it's good to start getting these trailers and these pictures to get our excitement up again. So I definitely can't wait. So Mid-Level Media said it wasn't just you. A lot of people had the audio problems with Tenet. Yeah, I've heard other people say it, but then I hear some people like, I didn't have no problem with it. So, I thought about reaching out and seeing like if it's a known issue, will the company send out some new disc or will they do anything about it? Like, do they know that it's an issue? But so far, nothing. We got Eddie S in the building.
My man.
Welcome to the Behind the Screen podcast. Eddie S, is good to have you. Thank you for clicking on the link. Triborough Gigolo says, are you a fan of Kung Fu? Am I a fan of Kung Fu? Bruh. Shaw Brothers? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I got rid of a lot of my Shaw Brothers material. I think the only thing I got left is the 5 Element Ninjas, aka Super Ninjas. But yes, oh my God, bruh. I go on Amazon Prime. That's the only place I know that still has a lot of that content up. But I love all that old Shaw Brothers stuff. I love a lot of that stuff. Mask Avenger, just oh my gosh, everything. Crippled Avenger, Kid with the Golden Arm, Super Ninjas, Shaolin versus the Wu-Tang, like, man, all that stuff is so good. There's a lot of times if I could pull up I would turn the screen and show you that I'll be watching all that stuff on Amazon Prime. But yes, dude, only time I can find that stuff for purchase is like if you're at a flea market or there's a shop in the middle of a mall that sells like DVDs and stuff. That's the only time I can find it without ordering it, which is going to probably cost a little bit more. But I do want to own some of that stuff again. But yes, I'm glad you brought that up. But yes, I love them old man Kung Fu Theater. They used to come on, I believe it was on ABC back in the day, if you're around the same age as me. But yeah, me and my uncle, he used to put that on. Wild World Sports, used to have boxing on Saturdays and that Kung Fu Theater Saturday mornings. Man, what you talking about? Loved it. Mid-Level Media says King of Monsters was good action, but the human character. So yeah, that's exactly what it was. Like there was like you didn't feel connected to the characters at all. It was kind of like they were just there. What's up, Eddie S? Triborough Gigolo laughing. Predator. 4K Crib.
God, please, no! No! No!
Are you kidding me? There is no way you really believe Predator 2018 was an amazing film. That's got to be cap. That's a lot of cap you throwing in there in the comment section right now. Because that film was absolutely terrible. Picture quality, amazing. Film itself, with them little dog creeper things and the Predator, no. But man, oh man, that picture quality, like it was so dark. And then when they would shoot Predator and that green, the green stuff comes out of them, man, that neon color looks so good on a with those black levels being so dark. Yeah, it was amazing picture quality, but movie itself, absolutely not. What up, man? Do you collect boutique Blu-rays? I'm trying to get away from the regular blue cases, and from here on forward, sticking with boutique stuff, mainly Criterion. No, sir. Triborough Gigolo laughs. Have you seen the first episodes of WandaVision? Yes, sir. Thought they were pretty decent, really good. Haven't really gave any deep thought to what I believe is going on, but I believe it's like a total mind thing. It's all in her head or something like that. That's what I believe is going on. And it's just, I think it's kind of a show to just give us something and get us set up for the next phase of movies. Of course, they say it immediately takes place after Endgame, but it's really weird to see like she rewinded a whole sequence at the end of season 2. How was she able to do that? So that's why I believe it's a whole mind thing, because if she could rewind stuff, why didn't she rewind the events that happened in Infinity War and Endgame if she's that powerful and has that superpower capability? So it's really weird, but I like it. I love that 50s, 60s. Her and Vision, they play together. They mesh really well. I think they're two great actors that mesh really well. It seems like they love the characters that they're playing, and they're really deeply engaged in those roles. So it comes off really, really good. Now, I don't know if tomorrow I'm gonna go ahead. I don't know. Are they releasing 2 episodes per week up and for 5 weeks, 10 episodes, 2 per week? But I kind of want to wait till at least maybe 4 or 5 more episodes are out instead of just watching 2 and having to wait. I just want to binge it. I used to hate binging stuff. I really wasn't into it. I'd rather have that week-to-week suspense, but now it's to the point where I just want to watch it all. Like, let's just go ahead and get it over with. He says Warner Brothers needs to stop playing and release Into the Dragon in 4K. Yeah, I got the feeling at some point that and Fist of Fury will probably hit the 4K format. What franchise would you completely reboot after the first film? Triborough, are you trying to say if the first film wasn't good, would I reboot it? Let me know in the comment section, then maybe I could go ahead and answer that. But Only Good Predator is the first one of my top. Only good one? Are you crazy? You got to be kidding me. There's no way that's the only good one. You mean to tell me you did not like Predator 2? Predators was a decent watch. It wasn't all that great, but it was an okay watch. But yeah, Predator 2 was that was really good. If they wouldn't have just sold it in a box set, I'd have definitely just bought Predator 1 and 2 and just left it at that. But since you had to buy the 3 movie set, then that's what I'm stuck with. Have you ever seen True Detective? No, sir, have not seen it. Will you get into the boutique companies as they get into 4K? It's going to depend on what the releases are and what the prices are like. A lot of reasons I don't go for that stuff, like all this Shout Factory, Screen Factory, and all these other Zavi UK releases and stuff like that. The price tag plus the shipping, it gets up there to where I'm just not willing. I'm cheap, to be honest with you, unless it's something that I really, really want. Then I don't be wanting to pay the price. To me, this the $27.99, $29.99. And definitely $34 for a steelbook. That's just way too much for me. I don't really want to pay that price. Kudos to anybody that does, but you're basically paying that much. I don't care about the case itself. You know what I'm saying? Give me the movie. I'm buying it because I like the movie. I want to watch it. So I'm basically buying a disc. The case is extra to me. Nobody's going to come in my house and be like, "Ooh, look at those slip cases you got. Oh, look at those steelbooks you got." They're not even face forward for you to really see what they are. You have to get up close because they're library style. So it's just me. So I don't really see the point in, spending so much movie, especially for those people that, they got to buy every version case that comes out for a Spider-Man movie or that's come out for Avengers. You know what I'm saying? You're getting the same disc, just the different cases. That case really worth about $40, maybe to you, but to me, not at all. So I can't get into stuff like that. I buy based on me liking the movie and wanting to watch it for the most part. I'd say about 75% of my collection is movies that I really, really like and will watch over and over again. Now, there are a few thrown in there that, are blind buys, or I kind of regret that, I purchased them because some of them are subscriber based, letting me know, hey, maybe you should check this out and I'll give it a try. Or I see it for a really low price. So I say, why not go ahead and buy it for this price? $4K for $9.99, $7.99, something like that. Why not? But yeah, I try to buy just based on what I know I'm going to watch over and over again. So I feel like my money's going a long way and not getting wasted. Is Black Widow after Endgame or before? I believe it's set way before Endgame. I think it's kind of like, I don't know the exact timeline. I couldn't tell you exactly where it fits in, but it's definitely not after because, she died. So it can't be after. Disney Plus playing too much, just release all the episodes. What's a Marvel character that you feel deserves their own show? I think it's time to give Punisher's got a show. I think it's time for another Punisher movie. I think it's time to do right by Ghost Rider. I would love to see a really good Ghost Rider with the right CGI and the right actor playing Ghost Rider. Who would I like to see playing Ghost Rider? I don't know, but I think they need to do right by the Ghost Rider character. I always felt like we should have got that Silver Surfer movie or another movie involving Silver Surfer. I would love to see Silver Surfer. I loved Gambit. I was really hoping for that Gambit movie. Was Channing Tatum the right person to play him? I don't know. Maybe it would have turned out pretty good, but I really like Gambit as well. So I would say those are a couple of the characters I could say that I would love to see either a movie or a show. Says a franchise like Halloween or the Omen, etc. Rich franchise, would you reboot? Right now, I'd say maybe if they could finally get Freddy Krueger and Nightmare on Elm Street right, I would love to see them do another Nightmare on Elm Street. That's my favorite horror franchise. So at some point they need to do right by Freddy Krueger, because what we got, what was that, 2010, The Nightmare on Elm Street. I thought it was set up really well. I really, really wanted him to come off as a real looking burnt victim. When they first showed the trailer, his voice sounded really good. I thought it was going to end up pretty decent, and what we got was not decent at all. I think it was pretty forgetful. I still got it in the collection, of course, but nah. I wish they released True Lies. Man, please talk about it, Greg. At some point, they need to give us True Lies on Blu-ray or 4K, preferably 4K. Would I go back and buy a Blu-ray if I knew a 4K wasn't coming? But knowing Hollywood and what these companies like to do, they'll give us a Blu-ray. A year later, they'll be like, oh, it's coming to 4K now. Mid-Level Media says, let me rephrase that. The only great one is the first. The sequel is fun for what it is. Okay, I think I understand what you're saying. Like, you're saying the first one, you possibly say it's almost a perfect movie, probably about a 9 to a 10. While part 2 is really, really good. So maybe 8.5, not quite on the caliber as part 1, which it isn't. I'll definitely say that. But I still think it was really, really good. Hopefully, maybe I got that right. Says they actually had both 4K screens in Best Buy this week. Good price, no different than regular 4Ks, $25 and $27 for They Live and Prince of Darkness. Yeah, for those two movies, I thought that was just too much for me to pay right now. Prince of Darkness, I haven't seen, and They Live, I've seen it once, but I don't know if it's just worth me paying $27 for. I can't remember if I liked it that much. Like I said, I just watched it because Roddy Piper was in it. Why does that keep popping up? Triborough Gigolo says, there a movie you regret buying on 4K or Blu-ray? Yes, sir. It certainly is. I actually wanted to do a video based on some of my worst pickups, but I'd say Terminator 2 didn't turn out really good, so kind of regretted buying that day one because the price went down all the way to $750. So that was a little regret. I'd say maybe Murder on the Orient Express. Really great looking film. Picture quality was really, really good, but the movie itself put me to sleep. I know a lot of people liked at least the ending of Brawl on, was it Cell Block? Is it 99 is the number? Cell Block 99 or something like that. But that movie put me to sleep as well. But the last about 45 minutes to an hour was really good. So, but the movie itself was cheap. I think I paid like $8 for it at Walmart. Totally random question, totally random, but I think Disney is making a mistake by not recasting the role of T'Challa. There are so many storylines they can't do now. I think at some point later down the line, they probably will. I think they didn't want to do it now because of the backlash that they would get by bringing somebody new because they know most people didn't want them to do it. So if they can figure out a way to, kind of continue a little bit of the Black Panther storyline without actually having him in it, or if they can just do it strictly through CGI, that they may just, show his character again, the Black Panther himself, but not have a normal person playing T'Challa, I think that they'll go that route. But I think for now, at least, they didn't want the backlash of bringing somebody in right after Chadwick had died. So I think later down the line in the years, if superhero movies are still a big thing, that we'll probably get another person playing the Black Panther. Black Widow, I believe, is set after Civil War, but before Infinity War. There goes your answer, 4K Crib. Mid-Level Media says Children of the Corn is getting a 4K release from Arrow Video later this year as well. So yeah, that's one of those I would definitely pick up. That's definitely a classic, creepy little kids. It says, yes, Black Widow takes place before Endgame. It actually takes place before the first Avengers movie. Mid-level. Exactly. I thought we'd have got it last year. Maybe we'll get it this year. I hope so. I'll go crazy if we do. Where's my Nightmare on Elm Street 4K? Boy, that would be amazing. I know I don't like to pay them prices for a full box set. Like, I can't believe I've waited so long to get The Lords of the Ring and The Hobbit on 4K, but that $90 price tag was just a bit much. Even some of the deals I saw on Macari and stuff, I just continue to pass on it. I think I'll just wait for that whole entire collection to come later this summer with both of them bundled into one set. The Middle Earth edition or whatever they're going to call it. That's what I'm waiting on. I'm up for the role in New Nightmare reboot. Oh, enter Ken Kruger. Petition for it, you guys. Let's get Ken Kruger in the next Nightmare on Elm Street. Vincent Smith says, are you going to pick up 2021 in 4K? Am I going to pick it up? Everybody's saying, hey, Vincent Smith. Mark H says that movie scared me as a kid. Yeah, scared me as well. But I really like Freddy Krueger. I love the humor and everything that he brought in his movies because, as scary as it was, it would easily take you out of it and put you in like almost a comedy movie. Like, it never felt like it was too much comedy until we got around. I would say maybe Freddy versus Jason was a little bit too much humor going on in it, that it really didn't have that appeal. But for me, it wasn't too much humor with the franchise. It would pull you out for just a little bit and he'd give you his little one-liners and stuff like that. That would be funny, but it was still a scary movie at heart. Says The Conjuring, have you watched it? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of, what's been releasing as far as horror in the 2010s. Even some of the 2000s, I wasn't really big on with horror. Like, to me, everything is possession and jump scares right now. And it's not the same. Just give me some old school slasher and stuff like that, and I'm all for it. But this stuff now, I just don't be into it. Some stuff that's coming out, yes, it ends up being good. Some stuff I still have to go back and watch that people say are good, but I'm just not into today's horror, so they say, which is to me just jump scares, really, and possession. You guys, we are at the 53-minute mark. Probably be up here for only an hour unless somebody decides they want to take the link. Says The Exorcist is still the scariest movie if ever seen. The one from 1970s. Yes, probably one of the best horror movies ever made. I love the backstory of what was going on when that film was released. That's what I like most about that movie. All the little things that was going on in theaters and stuff like that. Says, what's your favorite John Carpenter movie? Could I say maybe, let's see, They Live and stuff was from John Carpenter. Maybe Halloween. I guess you would say. Of course, that's probably what everybody would say. But you guys, coming up next week, I'll go ahead and let you guys know that on next week's Behind the Screen podcast, I will be interviewing Alex from the Levels of Geek podcast. You guys, if you see me on there a couple weeks ago, I know some of you guys, 4K Crib and all those other guys that followed me over there for that show. But next week, Alex will be coming right here on the Behind the Screen podcast for me to interview him. So definitely be on the lookout for that next Thursday, 9 o'clock. Please be here. Grab your popcorn, have a seat, and enjoy the show. Mid-Level Media says Exorcist is my number one horror and it needs a 4K as well. Exorcist will always be my favorite horror. 4K Crib says, see you later, bro. Yep, see you later, man. Hit me up whenever you decide to get on some Modern Warfare or something like that. The Thing is the best John Carpenter movie, hands down. Yes, The Thing was great. Triborough Gigolo says, nice. Mark H says, I will be there. And EP says, hey, any new TVs in the future for you? I'm thinking about really going OLED next. I'm looking at that maybe C10, G10. Those are the main two I'm really looking at, but that's kind of where, yeah, maybe in the next couple months. I don't know. But you guys, I definitely thank you, man. Thank you for taking time to sit out with me. If you haven't hit that like button, definitely hit the like button. If you're new to the videos, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you know when new videos go up. It's been your boy 4K D-Ray, man. This is Behind the Screen podcast, giving it to you every Thursday night at 9 o'clock. Definitely be here next week when I will have Alex from the Levels of Geek podcast. But before we get out of here, man, I just want to say thank you. And I got a little short message for you. Go ahead, get to him, Mick.
It's finished. Yes, I'm finished. I don't want no more. I don't want no more. You understand? None of it. It's over with.
Peace out. We gone.